Hi guys, welcome back again, and this is part 2 of contouring. And as you've seen here, I have applied the darker foundation right here, and I use the highlighter at the top. I use the Ben Nye Special Highlights. I'm a Ben Nye person, I guess. And I put them at the points that I want to be highlighted here, notice. And you decide where you want to highlight. If you feel that you don't want to highlight your jaw area, you don't do the effect there. You have the decision in what area you want to highlight or detract from. Okay, so you notice the points on the jawline, and you start behind the ear. Okay, so you're gonna take, next step is to take your foundation, my Shinto, and you're just gonna work it in just to, you notice? If you want, you know, that the cheek area to have that more rounded effect, you carry it up a little, and you're gonna work it in. Take your time and just blend it in. Right, see? Seeing a little here, just, you know, blending is key. Just take your time and blend it through. Here. You want attention to, you want hair to pop. And you go again, use your foundation over it. Just slowly blend it in. And for the top, and also I didn't point out that I had also put on foundation here to detract from the right here. Just bring it in to give it more definition. When you pull in here, the cheekbones show up more, and you just go over it with your foundation just to blend it in. Just take your time. See? Just blend it in. Just work it in. Okay. Alright, let me use your foundation and just go over the nose area. Use your fingers and get in there. You notice the difference? And you're gonna work the contouring right here. You go here. And you remember to carry it around here so you can highlight the nostril. You want to give that effect. But to blend down. It's all about blending. Just taking your time. Remember to carry it down to the tip of the nose. You know, so we have that pointed effect. And your brows, just take your time and go over it. Right. The next step is powdering. You can either put the cream blush on and then layer, but I'm just gonna powder now, and then I'm gonna apply the powder, the blush powder, in 2 stages. Okay, so let me get my powder out and set the foundation right here. Okay, and I'm just gonna press it in. Take your time and press it in. You can use a sponge. I tend to normally use a sponge to press it in, but right now I'm just gonna be using the brush. Use whatever you're most comfortable with. Set the foundation. Okay, great. Okay, I don't think I worked in my jawline, but let me do that right now. If you forget, just make sure you check, right? Because it does happen where you're going fast, and right, we want to make sure that we get that in. And we set it. And remember the jawline, it's supposed to, the foundation is to go behind the ear, so you have that smooth transition. You don't want to see it starting here and then somebody standing behind you can see where your foundation begins and ends. Okay, alright, next step is blush. You're gonna start with the deeper blush closer to the contour, and I like my stiffer brush. I mean, it's good with powder as well, I find. And then you start, you dust it, and then you start with the most intense color, you're working it down. See? Okay. And then you start here. Okay, let's work it in. Best to start off light and then add, because it's easier to add than to take off. Alright, you're gonna go with a lighter shade on top for dimension. Right at the top. You just work it in, okay? You can smell? You just catch those cheeks. Right? You seeing it? You seeing the effect? And if you want to add a bit more contour, you could use your bronzer just to give it a little more oomph, to get the definition going. My bronzer here. I think this is a Rimmel bronzer that I like because it doesn't have any shimmer in it. And I just go ahead, just give it more definition, just to play it up a bit, because sometimes when you set it in, you want to highlight it a little bit more. And you go under. It all depends on what you know, the effect you're going for the day, right? And just keep blending it out. I find the stipple brush gets in there and smooths it out to give it that more natural effect. Got a little hair sticking up right here, right? And also, if you desire, you can utilize shimmers just to give it more effect, you know, to bring out the highlight. And I'm using this one today. It's a Prescriptives brand, but you can use any shimmer that you have. You know, I like to check around to see what works for the best price. And you can use a fan brush if you want. I'm gonna use a fan brush today, and I'm just gonna give it that. You see that? You pull it around here. Just make sure it's blended, right? To let it pop. Just a little effect. You don't have to go overboard with it for the day. In the night, you know, you can glam it up some more. And for the nose, you know, you want that sun-kissed look. You run the along here. Just a little like, and here. So remember the high point. Even if you're not wearing eyeshadow, you can just blend it and put a little bit more intensity right at the arch. See where I'm putting the intensity? You can just blend it. Let's blend it up properly, just to give it that pop, right? Make sure you blend it up properly. Right. Let's do the next one. You want definition right there. You know, fingers are good. You know, sometimes they work best when you're blending, you know, to get it just right. Okay, and you just double check to make sure you have enough, and you can go over. Alright, so there you have it, contouring. Let me know how it goes. Remember, here and here and the nose, and you decide where you want to, what feature on your face you want to bring forth. It could be your eyes, it could be your jawline. You make that decision. Look at what your best features are and play it up and play down the ones that you don't really like. Alright, so for any more questions, hit me up on my blog and I'll answer them. If you have any ideas for videos that you'd like me to make, just let me know and I'll hook them up. Alright, so thank you again for watching. ShiradaBaker.com. Bye guys.